Hey, well, welcome back to News Center 1 today, everybody. I'm here at the National Weather Service in Rapid City, where the people here are constantly tracking the weather, always looking for changes in the atmosphere, issuing watches and warnings. And then something else that they do every single day just outside the National Weather Service building here and just behind me in the open area is they launch weather balloons.
The weather balloon is one of our most important observations that we take during the day.
2 times a day, 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. in the summer and 4 a.m. and 4 p.m. in the winter, weather balloons from all around the world are launched in the atmosphere, and attached to each balloon is a small box called a radiosonde.
We attach a radiosonde to the balloon, and it measures temperature, relative humidity, and pressure as it goes up. And then as the balloon is tracked, we also measure the wind speed and direction. All of these measurements go into our computers, and from around the world we can get the state of the current atmosphere at one certain time, and then that data will go into our weather models so that we can better forecast.
So what does it take to get these balloons in the air? Well, each balloon is filled with hydrogen, and once full, the balloons are around 5 feet in diameter. The radiosondes are then attached to the balloon, and it's ready to go. Once released, the radiosondes begin transmitting data back to the National Weather Service. The whole process takes around 2 hours to complete, and once finished, the final product produces a diagram called a skew-T. This shows the temperature, dew point, and wind direction at different heights in the atmosphere, which is very vital information.
So some of the things that the balloon tells us is whether or not the air is unstable or would tend to rise and produce thunderstorms. Also, we look at the winds above the ground to see if there's wind shear. In other words, if the winds will change direction and could possibly produce a tornado. And of course, in the wintertime, we look at the temperature profile to see whether the temperatures are above freezing and the precipitation would be rain, or whether it's below freezing and the precipitation would be snow.
Bunch of weather balloons, guys. It's pretty cool, but also very important, as you just heard Susan explain. And then also they can take these current conditions that they get from the weather balloons and put them into the forecast models. And so then we're better to get a better understanding what's going to happen over the next couple of days using the information that we get from those weather balloons.